Hello and welcome to a quick overview of the WoW Legion Alpha. In this video I thought I'd go over the classes that I've played during the Alpha and give my opinions on them, and also a little overlook of the artifact weapons. Now this video contains spoilers for the Paladin class, so if you don't want to know what happens, I'll put an annotation to skip straight to the Rogue. We'll start from the top of the list. My Demon Hunter, as you can see, is still level 98. I haven't touched her yet. I want to record the leveling process, the intro, and I'll be doing that in a different video altogether. So we'll start off by going to the Hunter. Survival is now a melee based spec, and the artifact is Talon Claw, a polearm that causes your basic attacks to trigger Talon Strike, a flurry of 2 rapid blows. Hunter's class hall is called True Shot Lodge, and it's a hidden away lodge up in the mountains of the High Mountain Zone. I've found no real range attacks so far, so it seems like it is an actual pure melee spec. There's -1 ability actually called Spitting Cobra, which summons a cobra to attack your targets with poison from a distance. Overall, it feels really fun and refreshing playing a hunter with melee abilities again.
It's too far away.
The Affliction Warlock. I main a Warlock on live servers, so it makes me really happy to see that Affliction has siphoned life back as a damage over time spell once again. The Affliction artifact is just pure awesome, like really cool. There's only a few scythe looking weapons in the game, and now that we get one which some people could argue to be the best looking one out there. It's called Euthalash the Deadwind Harvester, and the quest takes place in Deadwind Pass and below Karazhan. Its special ability is that killing enemies empowers the weapon, increasing your shadow damage by 10% and doubling all passive effects on the harvester. It also summons tormented souls which try to escape the grasp of the weapon, and killing these souls refunds 10% mana per soul. The Warlock class hall is the Dreadscar Rift. It's somewhere in the Nether. It's this little floaty island thing. You go there after being taken by a demon. You eventually escape your cell and eventually come back after getting your artifact weapon, and you destroy the demon who commands over the place, thus taking over his followers. You rip out his heart and put both his heart and corpse on display, which looks really cool. You can even hear the heart beating when you're close enough to it. Overall, it fits the Warlock theme really well. It looks great, although it is a little bit large compared to the other class halls. The Fury Warrior. Warriors get a great class hall up in the sky called the Halls of Valor, which is very much like the Viking Halls of Valhalla. It fits the warrior theme perfect, as traditionally warriors, just like the Vikings, charge headfirst into bloody glorious battle. The artifact Fury Warriors get are two-handed weapons called Odin's Fury and Hela's Wrath, which causes Raging Blow to have a chance to activate Berserking, increasing your attack speed and critical strike chance by 5% every second for 12 seconds. I've usually only ever played Protection Warriors, so I can't really comment on how much they've changed, but they feel and flow very well. I especially like the new animations for some attacks like Whirlwind.
Out of range.
The Elemental Shaman. The Shaman class hall is a little ridge right next to the Maelstrom. The artifact for Ali Shamis is a fist, weapon, and a shield. It's called the Fist of Ra-Den and the High Keeper's Ward. When you cast Lightning Bolt, you have a chance to become supercharged with elemental energy, causing your next 3 lightning bolts to overload 2 additional times. Now, I don't really play an Elemental Shaman on live, and my Shaman on live servers is only like level 80 or something, so I don't really know what all that means. But gameplay wise, you know, you're just throwing out massive fireballs, lightning, it's pretty cool.
I need a target. I need to target something first.
The Retribution Paladin. I've only played Pallies, so playing Ret was a bit of fun. King's is different now. It gives you an absorb shield every 6 seconds rather than a stat boost. The class hall is below the Light's Hope Chapel in the Plaguelands and is called the Sanctum of Light. And of course, if you've seen the Legion trailer, you know that Ret Pallies get the almighty Ashbringer, which causes Judgment to have a 35% chance to cause 4 weapons of the light to smash down upon your target, each dealing damage. The intro quests were fun. You run into the Dreadlord Balnazar, which if you remember, he was actually in Stratholme, I think. And Tyrion, he gets his ass absolutely whooped. I'm not sure if he's still alive or if he's actually really dead, but there's one way to find out. The Outlaw Rogue. Gone are the days of combat spec, you can kiss that goodbye. Instead, rogues now get Outlaw, which, honestly, it feels very much like combat, with a little changes here and there. Class Hall is in Dalaran. It's a place called the Hall of Shadows, where other big name rogues hang out, like Garona, Master Matthias Shaw, Valera Sanguinar, and Vanessa Van Cleef. Outlaw rogues get 2 one-handed swords called the Fate and Fortune. Every time you use a finisher move, there's a chance to cause Dreadblade's Fate, which increases the damage done by pistol shot and saber slash by 100% for 12 seconds. Outlaw rogues also get a pistol now. They also get a neat little spell called Bribe, which you bribe a hostile target with gold to make them fight for you for 1 minute.
I don't have a target.
The Fire Mage. Fire Mage class hall is in Dalaran. The intro quest was pretty fun. You end up going into Icecrown Citadel and claiming your artifact in the same area as the Blood Princes fight. Your artifact is a sword and offhand called Falamorn and Heart of the Phoenix. You periodically accumulate flame orbs. Flame orbs cause your pyroblast to be replaced by Phoenix's flame. Guardian Druid. I can't really tell you much about the Guardian Druid or Druids in general, the class hall or the artifact weapon, as when I was doing my intro quest I took a portal and I sort of fell through the ground, resulting in a never-ending pattern of fall through the ground, disconnect, log back in, fall through the ground, disconnect, log back in. What I experienced though during the intro was good. You end up going into the Emerald Dream, fighting off a couple of nightmares, heading to Grizzly Hills, speaking with other druids like what's his name, Cenarius' son, Romulus or something. Yeah, it's the alpha. These things happen. Anyway, moving on. The Blood Death Knight. From memory, when I was playing, all three of the Death Knight specs were unlocked, but I went with Blood. Gone is the day of Bone Shield. It's no longer an actual spell, it's more built into another spell called Marrow Rend, which generates charges of Bone Shield when you attack with it. DK still get Ebb and Hold as their base of operations, but it's been moved over to the Broken Shore. The intro was good. Like the Fire Mage, you end up in ICC, except with the Death Knight you actually get to meet the new Lich King. Oh, and they also get Bone Storm too, which is exactly what it sounds like if you remember Marrogar from Ice Crown. The Blood artifact is a two-handed axe called Maw of the Damned, and it causes your harmful attacks to have a chance to deal blood damage and increase your health by 15% for 10 seconds. I really had fun with the new Blood spec. A lot of the other classes I died a little bit, especially on my Warlock, but with Blood, I mean, you can just pull anything and everything and just death and decay, spread your disease and death strike away. You never fucking die. It's awesome.
It's too far away.
And lastly, we come to the Shadow Priest. Shadow is fun. It's got a cool couple of new spells to play with. One that I really like is called Surrender to Madness, which is basically a oh shit, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna take you with me type spell. It supercharges your insanity. Shadow has no mana anymore. It's your resource is now called Insanity. Anyway, this spell causes you to generate 300% more sanity from spells, and then you die. So yeah, it's like a oh shit, I'm gonna die, you're coming with me type thing. The class hall is called the Hall of Balance, which was once a prison but has since been cleansed. The artifact is a dagger and offhand called Zalatath, I think, Blade of the Black Empire and Secrets of the Void, which causes Mindflay to have a chance to spawn a Void Tentacle that channels Mindflay at your target for 10 seconds.
Something first.
So that's it. That's the overview of each character and artifact weapon. I can't create a new character even though there's a spot left. I was going to do the monk, but I'll have to delete a character to do that. So yeah, that's my little overview of it. Quick look at the weapons up close. Hunter, Warlock, Warrior, Shaman, Paladin, Rogue, the Mage, Druid. Obviously I couldn't do my Druid, so he's just got the starting stuff. Polearm, DK, and my Priest, who's a ghost. She died because of that insanity spell that I was talking about. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.